Okay. Nick from Texas. Nick from Texas?
Can you hear me?
Oh. Yes.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Your volume a bit.
I was not sure because my laptop kicked the bucket
Let's go to
when
militia
the show
guy.
started, and
So
I'm on my non-video.
sure, so you're in Texas, and this is Nick, and your name is the militia guy?
Well, that's what libertarians call me.
Okay.
I'm
Introduce yourself, would you?
And that's my handle. That's what I use as my handle, just to grab attention.
Okay. Nick from Texas, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll ask you some questions. Please, sir.
Well, I consider myself a Christian libertarian. And when I say libertarian, well, the Christian comes first. So, although I agree with probably 80, 90% maybe of the libertarian platform, there's a part that goes against Christianity that I don't agree with. But but because the Libertarian Party has ballot access, I ran for Congress in 2016, and with no bank account and basically no campaign, I was on the ballot, and I received 10.5% official votes against the Rhino, who's I went to approached in 2015 about the fact that the IRS was asking me on the fact that I haven't paid federal income taxes since the 90s.
Okay.
And he was not going to do anything about it, so I decided to run against him. And I got no help from the party. And the fact that I brought out the militia aspect, the first 13 words of the Second Amendment are the most important words in the Constitution, because I brought out the well-regulated militia and the IRS issues. They sabotaged my 2018 efforts. So in 2020, if I can find a campaign manager with some bets, it's because I have the issues and the strategies to actually make some noise. I may run for president of the Libertarian Party ticket.
Okay.
The good thing is the national convention is in Austin, Texas, where I graduated long ago, 1977, with a Bachelor of Science in Radio, Television, and Film. So I've got ties in Austin, and I've got ties in San Antonio because that's where I was born and raised.
Okay, let me ask you, do you agree that the vitriol language between left and right is getting really bad, and it'd be good to have some sort of backup plan for peaceful separation rather than just letting it ratchet up to civil war, or are we being overblown here?
Well, I think, and I mentioned this in the chat, I'm willing to continue to look for peaceful divorce. I think the left-right rhetoric is media-driven because of an agenda that is out there and known, but only by a few people, because the media controls the flow of information. So we cannot get the truth out there. I think, and I've discussed this with you previously, Marcus, I believe using a federal candidate and the reasonable access law that is available, that we can do an end run around the media by forcing them actually to get the word out to the millions that need to mobilize against the people who are controlling Washington, D.C. and our state capitals. The gentleman earlier mentioned that, or maybe you asked the question, about blaming California. I don't blame California for anything. I blame the legislators in Austin, Texas, for the situation that Texas is in, and that's where we need to focus, at least in Texas, focus our efforts on getting rid of those legislators. And I'm more than willing, and I'm attending a Texas Freedom Texas Summit on October 19th, which will be discussing further Texas secession. I'll be attending that in San Antonio and bringing this up, and I definitely would like to see us team up with the red-blue coalition of states.
Skype us in.
Secession.
Skype or Zoom us in. We'll talk. Skype or Zoom us in. We'll talk.
Just quickly. So what is your personal opinion? And you've been around the circuit of conservatives and what is your opinion about independent California? Would you be for it? Would you be against it? Do you care one way or another? What's your view on that? And what do conservatives think? Is that being talked about around the circles? When you go to conferences and things like that. I'd just like to get your view on that.
Texas is, Texians are themselves independent-minded. Unfortunately, I was discussing this in the chat room with Greater Idaho and other folks. The vote has been taken away from us by computers decades ago. So we really don't have a voice. But in these conferences that I attend, yes, we do agree that I'd love to see an independent California.
Let's talk about the electronic ballot.
I would love to see California, or Texas be the first to go, but if California goes, I think the domino effect will kick in, and other states will leave as well. But we've got to set the groundwork and the foundation for it, and that's going to, we'll see, who has ideas and what ideas. Said I'm for peaceful divorce, but I think we better be prepared for the worst.
Right, and this is why exactly why we're starting this coalition is to not go to the spectrum, of violence and everything like that. And what's great about all this panel, by the way, I want to say is that you guys are really great because we all agree that we don't have to be angry at each other. We don't have to accuse the other of this or that. That there is a peaceful solution if we really want to separate. And we feel the same way as Californians. We don't hate the red state. We want to say, hey, you're going to be better able to deal with your issues, your guns, everything like that. We're saying that we don't have hate. We come from the United States. We are babies of the United States. We've just grown up and we're bigger now and stuff, and we want to leave home. So basically, what's great is that we can come to that conclusion. If we can grow your organizations at the same time that we do ours in California, and get more people to come on and get the ball rolling on that, we have a chance. And like Marcus has said, but it's pretty urgent. We have to start doing it now because things are getting even more polarized and very divided in this country. So I just wanted to mention that.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. And as I mentioned earlier, this is media driven. 60 million people supposedly voted for Trump. 60 million people supposedly voted for Hillary. And, so there's more non-voters than there are voters. And that's who I want to reach out to. Yeah. And most of the people, I think, who vote for Hillary or vote for Trump, they did it because they didn't want to see the other guy get in.
Yeah, exactly.
So if we can do this end run around the media, I think a movement like this, red blues, I don't even like those terms because to me that's marketing. and now we got purple. You know? So now supposedly there's an effort in Texas to make Texas go from red to purple. I mean, it's all. I mean, for me, we the people are supposed to be in charge, and we lost that ability in 1903, 10 years before the Federal Reserve and the IRS, the 16th Amendment, came into play. Once they took away the ability of we the people to defend ourselves, it was over. And hopefully, voting is not working because, as I mentioned, the 3 companies count the vote in this country with their DRE machines, direct record electronic machines. You got a lot of false opposition groups that call themselves conservatives. Those I'm, exposing as well. I've got a talk radio show, Christian Revolt Long Overdue, that I talk about these issues. And I think young people, they really have no future if they don't, their only future is economic bondage and being wage slaves if they don't get on board this freedom movement and this sovereign state movement.
So let me ask you real quick, just to be clear, because my family's from Texas, and I kind of know the answer, but I'd like to hear from somebody from Texas. Is there a deep love of California amongst conservatives in Texas, and would they be massively upset if California left, or would they be more like, don't let the door hit you? Which one?
The short answer is no, we would not be upset.
Wow,
because
that's a shock.
In fact, the conservatives who are in California, we're telling them, don't come here. We don't want you here.
Even our conservatives aren't good enough for you.
Yeah, they don't even like Californians in Texas. Yeah.
Our conservatives are not generally as conservative.
No, they're not.
Okay.
So
I want to ask: is there anybody who
did
hasn't
we
gone
get
on?
everybody? Oh yeah.
If you have not gone on, please talk right now so I can at least acknowledge you. Is there anybody who hasn't been able to speak? Please speak up right now. Say, "Hey, me." Okay, I'm gonna assume we've gotten to everybody. We are going to
Did you
close.
question, or
We're
is there
gonna.
any other panel?
Oh, one second.